Good morning. I haven't accepted any trips today. I did make a video, but I kind of went down the fucking rabbit hole again. I don't edit my videos, and not that I was saying anything bad, but I kind of really went down a freaking rabbit hole. I'm like, man, what the hell? It's crazy. It somehow got from I'm gonna make money to like talking about life and death. Like, how the fuck does that happen? It all started with watching a movie last night and talking about how shitty the movie was, and latching on, and that's how your mind just like travels down the tunnel or the wormhole. About money and existence, I guess. I need to make money, and that ties in to time, existence. Yeah, if I didn't spend all my money, I wouldn't have to spend my time pursuing money. The catch of money, time, pursuing what you want to pursue, which is crazy when you think about like how our brains start and finish, cause and effect. That thinking about, okay, the Big Bang started it all, but what created the Big Bang? When you're in your brain, you're thinking something has to start a Big Bang, right? And so, how can a Big Bang, like cataclysmic kind of bang, happen from nothing? So then you're still wondering what started it. It's hard to contemplate something just appearing. And to get away from the idea of a start and a finish. How did something start or just come into existence out of nowhere? That is tricky. So, the idea of reincarnation, traveling through the planes of existence. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a video game. Like, what would you rather? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the part of the rabbit hole. It's like thinking about like, if I've been a reincarnation, and I don't know who I've been reincarnated from, then like life and death, like, right, if you don't believe in heaven or hell and that you're nothing after you die, the idea that you're in non-existence, then death shouldn't be a problem, but it is. But it shouldn't be, because there's no pain. You're just off. You're like a light switch. So maybe some people's are like, yeah, it's just my time. My turn's up. And I don't want my turn to be up yet. So therefore, yeah, that doesn't really comfort me to think that, hey, at least you're nothing. And then you think about, well, if you believe in reincarnation, but you're not able to remember this life, then it shouldn't matter, because then you'd still be alive. But it does matter, because you're not going to be able to think about this life and the think of the mind. That's shows how much of our lives are in our mind. Not necessarily, I guess, in the physical realm. And it's crazy. But there's definitely like animals, like what you would want to be reincarnated as if you believe in it. You know, an orca. Well, you wouldn't want to be an orca in a friggin' swimming pool, an aquarium. That's, you know, yeah, that's a shitty existence for an orca that swims in an open ocean. And now you're stuck in a puddle, you know? I mean, obviously, it's not humane. I'm not a woke guy. I'm not really a PETA activist. I'm not a vegan. I'm not against anything, you know? I'm against preaching, so I guess that's probably the reason why, they're preachy, out there preaching to you how you're killing animals and, you're not being nice. So, yeah, but if you're out in the ocean and you're an orca, it's a pretty good existence, man. You're a badass. You're able to defeat sharks because you can use your brain and turn them upside down. You've figured that out. They mate just like humans, really. They have a partner that they have throughout their whole life. You're in a crew. Oh man, he's freaking stupid. Oh, I'm gonna freaking update your phone. You have a crew, Being an orca would be one hell of a freaking creature to be reincarnated. I think actually now I'm thinking further. Yeah, the freaking orca. What predators outside of human beings are preying on orcas? Let's see the rabbit hole here. We're gonna freaking go down the rabbit hole again, because I'm always going down the rabbit hole. What eats orcas? Yeah, I didn't think they had any natural predators. False killer whales, sperm whales. Yeah, pretty much. They're a freaking top dog. Freaking top dog, freaking predators. Eagles. You're a freaking eagle. You're freaking having a good life. A cobra. If you're a freaking cobra, you're living a pretty good life too, until you meet a freaking mongoose, I guess, or a honey badger. And that's kind of ties into gaming. It's there's always something that can counter. Like the mongoose. Freaking Wolverine. If you're a freaking Wolverine and a badger, those two animals. I saw that video of that honey badger getting bit by the cobra. Took a nap for a bit, got up, and then went after and ate the freaking cobra that bit him. So, being a freaking, honey badger, freaking Wolverine wouldn't be a bad existence either. So yeah, combating the meaninglessness of life, I guess, is what we try to do as human beings. So we try to be religious or spiritualistic, come up with meaning that can somehow answer that there's meaning here. Our existence means something, yeah. And then I tied into, the secular people they're about science, but you know, they're not really different from the religious. They have the same goals. They just at the same goal with a different perspective. So really, they're kind of religious in a way, in their own religion. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Like the commandment about not eating cloven hooved animals and hooved animals, because I guess if it's not healthy for you, you shouldn't eat it. And thinking about diet and all the influencers, Joe Rogan talking about people being fat and gluttonous and how it's a choice. And then the Catholic Church talking about how you're not supposed to be a slothful, gluttonous person. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. And both parties are using shame to fuck with you because you're fat and lazy. But the other party doesn't think that they're religious. These influencers who are teaching you how to be healthy and not be fat. You know, so it's kind of the same thing. I mean, different people, but same goal. It's kind of funny. It's kind of an interesting parallel between opposing parties that are doing the same shit, you know? Yeah, that's the rabbit hole of how can you get out from the idea of a start and a finish or a cause and effect. To be able to wrap your mind around the idea that the Big Bang or whatever happened out of nothing and that we just exist out of nothing. That's the mind-boggling part of it, that grasping onto that. Grasping death. They say we can't conceptualize death, but we can. It's just that we can't accept it. Because, yeah, you're off. You're no longer in existence. Accepting that is what's the tricky part, that we can't conceptualize acceptance of that. Even though if you think of it as like a light switch, and then it shouldn't be a big deal. It's your turn, your turn's up, and you're gone. The idea that your body's electrochemical, that maybe then you can be reignited. That matter just changes form. It doesn't disappear. Like the law of thermodynamics. So then you're always in existence, and maybe it's just that spark that's your existence. So, yeah, at the end of the day, some people, I guess, can be like, yeah, my pain is so much that I would just want to have it off. And I'm sorry that people feel that way. That that's an option for them. That they will do that. That me kind of like makes me not want to fuck up my life, because I don't want my turn to be up yet, you know? Maybe someday I'll be okay with my turn being up. And that's the reason why I guess there is a fundamental need for people to believe in God. And as science as you are, if you do live by the commandments, you're gonna live a better life. I mean, who covets their neighbor's wife lives a better life? Who covets? Hey, you can use who 2 times and make it sense. Who covets thy neighbor's wife lives a better life. That's a banger freaking lyric right there. That's my rap lyric right there. I mean, seriously, who's lived a better life that way? God. There's some videos you see on freaking YouTube that really fucking trouble you. when you see him. Like that fat, ugly, bald-headed guy that shot his wife in the driveway. Yeah, she stole $120,000, I guess, out of his bank account and gave that money to her lover that she was having an affair with. Yeah, she deserves to pay a consequence for that. Doesn't deserve to die for it. And he only got 10 years. 10 freaking years. And they have a daughter. And they interviewed the daughter. And you're like, damn, dude, how do you only get 10 years when you've robbed your daughter of having a mother? And, you know, that you get to somehow play God like that and get revenge. And they said it was heat of passion. Yeah, you're angry, but you got revenge. It's revenge, and you've thought it through. And you only get 10 years. I mean, Jesus, dude. 10 years. Ethics. Troubling things that you come across in shorts. It was a short that I was scrolling through, and it's like, yeah, man. I'm talking about construct of religion and forgivable sins. Are they all forgivable? They say yes, but I don't know about that. I believe personally redeemable sins there are, and there are irredeemable sins. Killing for fun obviously is an irredeemable sin. Killing out of anger, I can believe you can be redeemed. So, yeah, I'm not trying to be holier than thou about things, but I don't know, man. Living in the 10 Commandments wouldn't lead you into a bad way of life. So, I can understand how maybe, I watched Planet of the Apes. It was a good movie. I liked it. And I won't ruin it. But yeah, I can see how religion and coming up with the Bible and making parables and a historical context of reflection and can open people's eyes, and if they live through that, they can live a better life, therefore open their mind, and then the species can evolve. I can get behind that. I can see that. We open up our minds through words, and yeah, I won't, the Planet of the Apes, it was a good movie. So yeah, the rabbit hole of existence and the mind, the brain, thinking. Thinking of existence is existence. That God, we're just a dream world, and God's thinking all this stuff up randomly in his head, just like we would think up, and have ideas that are in our head that we're not consciously thinking about at the time, but it's still in our head. So maybe that's what this world is. But then at the same time, how did God get created? The start point. That's the battle, is to conceptualize a start point, and to conceptualize existence without a start point is hefty to try to wrap your brain around. Yeah, okay, an infinite loop, okay, I can see that, but how did it even start? Maybe that's the reason why people get into the philosophy of don't think it, just live it. Why spend your time trying to wrap your mind around this crap? And how people pursue money and material objects and manifesting things materially kind of is the outcome of the mind. So obviously, you can sit there and tell the poor, just embrace your world in your head and accept minimal existence. So therefore, you can accept your poverty and live your what we would judge as a shitty life. When actually, who's to judge? What's a shitty life? Pursuing the almighty dollar? Is that a shitty life? I don't know. Balance. Balance is good. I've shown on this channel the lack of balance. Before I worked at the post office and I was doing this 100% of the time, before I lost all my weight, I was doing this 16 hours a day. That's part of how I got fat. Because that's all I was doing was driving and eating and driving. So, yeah, I guess it ties in. I'm 6%. Well, when I'm typing, I swear it, they freaking send you a request because they know you're typing. Freaking boom, they time it just right. They time that crap. They're always coming up with these benefits that don't really pay off. Or tie in with something else. For the first year. Huh. I'm not going to Los Angeles. I'm not killing my card anymore, man. I'm going to be very careful about that. You get it seems like, the LA trips aren't any better, to be honest with you. Yeah, I agree, because I had a long distance trip offered, and it was 56 miles, and it was like $36 or something. It was just not driving all that time. I think I was a diamond driver. I believe I was. So that means, priority queue access. Well, blue is the lowest, so there's no congratulations needed if you just are blue. So I have a hold down at my job, the post office, which is cool. Starting at 8:30 because of it. Happy about that. Need the money. I made $1,500 in my last check. I had a driving a route, and then I did a piece that was walking. So 8 miles is. I will be doing a lot more walking this week because I'm on a walking route. And yep, this is what I'm looking at for my week coming up, 15 miles a day. So I'm happy about that. You know, if I get an Irvine, I might take the frickin' Irvine. Because I think Irvine should have some good deliveries for food. I had a Tustin order. I almost took it. I think I lost my goddamn freaking battery bank because I had it in my satchel and someone put it in the trash. Like, who the fuck puts the satchel in the trash? And I had my freaking battery bank in it. So in the times where I'm idle and I'm making videos, and I don't edit my videos because these are vlogs, you know? It's not just like when I text, when I'm commenting. I'm commenting the ideas that are coming into my head. You know, I'm not writing an essay, you know? So therefore I'm just going to type it. That's what a conversation is. Because those battery banks save my gas from having to charge the phone, and therefore I can save some money. Oh man, I lost it. Stupid. I get like 5 refills based on that, so it's cool. The new vehicles are talking about putting inside cameras, and yeah, the way the post office is, they will try. And the union, probably as weak as the union kind of is, they'll allow it. And, you know, that's one thing that you got to think about. It's like, you make a mistake or whatever, and there's so many petty rules. And you don't get caught, okay, you didn't get caught. Well, now there's a fucking camera in the fucking vehicle. And they can review the footage in the future and see if you've made a mistake. That fucking pisses me off, thinking about it. That fucking pisses me off. That kind of shit makes me angry. Just think about how slow the mail's going to get. Because now you're going to be extra paranoid. Because you know that you're going to be watched currently or in the freaking future. Think about it. A lot of people are going to be able to get fired over petty shit. How unstable is the workforce going to be? I mean, seriously, it's going to be bad. It's bad. It's okay to watch your drivers. But the context should be that the footage should be reviewed only when in an accident, not just at willy-nilly freaking whenever we want to fuck with you. It is what it is. So there's legit reasons to have a camera inside. But there's legit reasons to let a mistake that wasn't caught be a mistake. And it's done. You know what I mean? To have fairness in this stupid... mistakes happen. Like, you're freaking cruising along, you're doing the mail, you get out of the truck and you grab the mail, and now you're at a cluster box. And the mail truck is right in front of you. And you didn't lock the truck. And maybe you left the key in the truck. by mistake. That's a mistake that can happen. And say nothing happened. Cool. You got away with that mistake. You learned from it. Well, now a mistake like that, they got you nailed. You know what I mean? That's the shit that it's just mind-boggling. The mass majority of the time, you're not going to make that mistake. To the point where you wouldn't think you could make that mistake. But you can. And that's the shit that fucking drives me crazy. So, yeah. Hopefully, they'll be reasonable. The petty shit is what it is. And I will let you guys go. And thank you.